What's up, YouTube? Day one of training to get my CDL. Got down here to DeSoto last night, checked in with my hotel, and got teamed up with a guy that's been a doctor for 30 years. He's like one of the leading guys down in Houston. Really cool guy. Anyway, he sold his practice and moved to Belize. And about a year later, a little over a year, he moved back to Texas to take care of his mom. And his son has been trucking for a while. And so he decided, why not go get on a truck? Really cool guy, really smart guy. Got a few things in common. And so anyway, so I got a good roommate. Guys, let me tell you, if you come to do this, get your permit. Don't wait. It definitely helps out.
I have 7-Eleven. You want anything over there?
Alright, sorry about that. Roommate checking in on me, seeing if I need anything. But guys, get your permit before you come to school. It'll set you ahead a whole lot. I don't actually get to graduate early, but I'm going to get a lot of extra time with the vehicles as far as pre-trip inspection and in-cab inspection and getting my brake test down. So it's going to give me a whole week of extra practice before I go take my skills test. So I definitely recommend doing that. Yeah, I already have my medical card. I called Texas Med Clinic down in San Antonio is where I got my medical card done and my physical. I didn't have all of my paperwork. All I had was my medical card, and Texas Med Clinic faxed it up to these nurses, and bam, I was good to go. So not only did it make the process go faster, but I saved money that the company was going to charge me. So that was good. But yeah, everything's fine. My class size is actually like 22 people. So there's not a whole lot of people in my class as far as going through the whole thing. There's only 22 people. So that allows us for more time in backing. That allows us for more time on pre-trips, everything. So it's just an all-around, it's a lot better experience. But guys, to give you all a little bit of a background, I was working on a drilling rig down in San Antonio, Texas, and, you know, hours were inconsistent. That's just kind of how drilling goes for oil or for water, unless there's a big boom, and then all of a sudden you're working too many hours. And I had gotten to pull a lot of hot shot loads down there, just running back and forth from the yard and picking up tools that we needed to drill with. And that's how I kind of figured out that I liked driving. And that's what has led me here today. I had 3 different job opportunities out there in West Texas, and all 3 of them fell through just because of insurance reasons or because of training purposes, whatever. Either way, it didn't work out for me. And so I chose to come with this company because they sponsor the CDL training. It is kind of unfortunate that I'm locked into a contract, but as many experienced drivers will tell you, you need to stick with the first company that you start with for at least a year anyway. You don't want to be known as a job hopper. You want to get your experience before you move on to your next venture. So I guess the contract thing actually is going to be good for me because it's going to encourage me to stay where I'm at. And it's going to lock me in, if you will. So I'm happy about the choices I've made. This morning I went in, like I said, I had to get that paperwork faxed over. Texas Med Clinic, they faxed it over in 5 minutes. I'm so impressed with their service. If I ever need something from them or medical care on the road, here in Texas, I will definitely be going to that clinic because they did me right today. They saved me $100. But yeah, I worked down there in San Antonio, and about 6 months before I left, I started studying to get my CDL. I pretty much know that handbook all the way through. And today, whenever we actually got through with the drug screen and we got through with just the paperwork, they actually separated the people that had their permit already from the people that were needing to get their permit. And all they did for us on day one was test us to see what we knew, what we remembered from whenever we took our permit. We went through the general knowledge, we went through the air brakes, we went through the commercial rules, we went through the combination endorsement. We went ahead and did the, what did we do? Oh, we went ahead and did the coupling and uncoupling. So Texas used to actually do a written test on everything, and then you had your skills test. And now they've kind of changed it a little bit. It's a little bit more practical, and you actually do your coupling live on a truck when you go to do your skills test, and the pre-trip inspection, you do it live on a vehicle. But they still had copies of the old written tests that they used to do a few years ago, and so they just tested our knowledge. After we did those, they did the FMCSA rules, which is just a DOT written exam to know your DOT regulations as far as hours of service, what the penalties are for a driver, and such like that. So that was really cool, because since I've been studying so long, I actually finished that test before the end of the day, and I feel like I did really, really well. We'll find out in the morning what actually my grade was. But yeah, after we do that, we're going to do a quick review over what we missed and what we didn't tomorrow. And I expect tomorrow afternoon we're going to be out there on the range actually with the vehicles, and we'll be with last week's class out in the field. So, excuse me. So I would definitely recommend getting your permit before you come to these. It leaves you in a whole lot better position. You're not stressed out about having to learn all this stuff in 3 days, because these guys that don't have permits, they're going to go test on Wednesday. That's really fast to learn all that information. For the most part, it's common sense, but if you haven't been trucking or you haven't been studying, then it's not common sense. It's something you have to learn. So that's kind of all I got for you right now. The room is nice. It was clean. There's no like bed bugs or anything like that at my particular location. So I'm glad that I got to go to a school in Texas versus having to go, all the way out of state to the other side of the country. It just makes it a lot better for me. As far as laundry purposes, I can go on Sunday to one of my relatives' house and do laundry there, and then come back Sunday night, so I'm ready for school on Monday. The hotel, they take us to Walmart once a week. But there's a grocery store like 3/4 a mile down the road, so I don't have to eat out every night. My roommate, being a doctor, he brought a little small George Foreman grill so we can actually cook meat, and he came up with some really practical ideas I hadn't thought of to be able to cook here in the room and save money. So that's what it's all about, right? You got to save money. So anyway, guys, that's kind of where I'm at. Everything is going well. And, yeah, if you guys have any questions or if y'all want to know anything, feel free to leave a message down there in the comments, and I'll be glad to answer it for you. But, yeah, other than that, let's go trucking. Trucking Stone. I'm out.